All right, quick video here. Going to be unboxing two purchases I made on the Shortboxed app. If you're unfamiliar with Shortboxed, make sure you head over to your app store on your mobile phone and give it a download. It is by far the best marketplace for buying and selling graded comics, all your slabs. And there are some great features on the app as well. They just launched a new feature which indicates the fair market value and how a book is priced on the app. Most of us aren't newbies in this space. We are familiar with how a book should be priced. And if we're not, we're smart enough to go, on another marketplace and see how it's been selling on eBay or wherever it may be. Shortboxed lists recent sales on eBay, on their apps, on auctions. All of that is indicated, and transparency in this hobby is key, and Shortboxed does it better than anyone else. So make sure you download the app, especially when you're buying books, to ensure that you're getting a fair market price for the slab that you're buying. And also for sellers, it's important because if you want that book to sell, you got to make sure you're being competitive in the space. And at the end of this video, I'm going to provide a little bit more detail on my store that's in the app and the books that I've posted, as well as a discount code that you can use if you're looking to make a purchase. All right, let's get into it. Let's check out the two purchases that I made on Shortboxed. We'll start with this one because I'm the most nervous about it. Actually, hold up. Let's do this one last. Let's go with the better packaged one that I'll say. I mean, look at this one. This one's nice, clean, crisp package. And I want to also mention one more thing about the app. Depending on the price of the book, mainly the books that I buy are under, a couple $1,000s. So they're getting shipped directly from that third-party seller. So this is coming from, just like eBay, somebody selling these books at home or in their store or wherever it may be. But Shortboxed is not packaging these, just to make that clear. This is coming from whoever is the owner of this book. They're packaging them up and they're shipping it out. And Shortboxed provides the shipping label and things like that, but it's all up to the seller on the quality of packaging, I will call it. And that one over there is how I package books. Both of these, I do the same thing. I put them in a priority mail medium box from USPS, but I believe that one was most likely just lacking adequate bubble wrap on the inside, which is really important. You want to make sure that you don't hear anything when you're shaking it. There's not a lot of room for the book to move around. We're gonna hope for the best. We'll start unboxing this one here. Oh man, this person actually double boxed it, even better. No wonder it really wasn't moving when I was shaking it. This is kind of hard to get out. I've never seen somebody do that where this is the same exact box, but they just doubled up on the box. Guess I just never tried to fit another medium priority box into another priority box. Yeah, if you're selling books, make sure, prime example, package it like this. Sometimes I don't even do the cardboard. I should probably start, but the cardboard secures it even better. And there was plenty of bubble wrap. So highly recommend packaging it just like this. For my first book here, we have Batman number 404, DC Comics, published in 1987. Frank Miller story, I always mess up his last name, David Mazzucchelli? David Mazzucchelli cover and art. Year one storyline begins. One of my favorite runs for Batman. When I started really reading Batman, I didn't go right to my LCS and start picking up single issues. I probably purchased, I want to say like upwards of 10 trade paperbacks when I was really getting into the story arcs and things like that. I purchased a bunch of graphic novels and just flew through them. And this was one of my top ones. The year one story is a classic. James Gordon coming to Gotham and kind of the issues he's being faced with in his work life and personal life, specifically personal life. A classic cover, and a cover that has an image that is ingrained in all of our brains when we think of Batman and Batman's parents. Young Bruce Wayne kneeling next to his deceased mother and father after they were murdered in Crime Alley. But as much as we're familiar with Bruce Wayne's parents dying in this event, I think this is just an iconic cover. It is one that I need in my collection, and I do have now, and there was no way I wasn't gonna get a 9A for this one. 9/8s aren't too hard to find out there. There's plenty of copies of this issue. A lot of 9/6s, a lot of 9/4s, and a good amount of 9/8s. So I spent a little bit more money to get that 9/8 in this book here. And so I'm gonna go ahead and take a look right now on the Shortboxed app and see what the fair market value is for this book. Just to give you guys some insight, real easy. Batman 404, search it. Got a couple 9/6s, 9/4, 9/4, 8/5, one signed. I might have purchased the last 9/8. So we don't have a 9/8 to compare to. This one I'm looking at has a moderate price in the Shortboxed app of $90. So we'll see what other 9/6s for Batman 404 sold for. $61, $64, $65, all around $60 or so. So Shortboxed is letting you know, there's a moderate price, $90, $30 above fair market value. And if you don't like that price, you know what you can do? Make an offer. I'm sure a lot of sellers would consider, a $60, $65 offer on this book. And as for a 9/8, let's take a look because now I'm really curious. The 9/8 fair market value is selling for about $260, and that is close to what I bought it for. Nothing too outrageous to get your hands on this book right here, but the price of a 9/8 is quite more than a 9/6, about $200. So overall, just really happy to have this in my collection. Amazing Batman arc, and especially the DC animated film. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you do so. Part 1 and part 2, I think, for the year 1 story is on HBO Max. That's where I watch all my DC animated films. That also is one of my favorite animated films from DC. So if I would hope that you've read this run. If not, check out the animated film as well and read the comic. Okay, I am nervous now. This is the one that wasn't packaged well, and we will see why. Okay. All right, so it was bubble wrapped, but there was plenty of space in the box, so this was moving around quite a bit. I'm just feeling it. I really hope there's not a crack because this probably has one layer of bubble wrap, which doesn't do that much. This side is well packaged. I mean, you can kind of see the thickness varies from both sides. All right, enough of that. It's going to be in good shape, right? It has to be. It has to be in good shape. Did you guys see that? Okay, I'm going to look without holding this up to the camera, just so, because when I'm holding it up and I'm talking to you guys, I do miss some things that may be wrong with the case, and I want to make sure that I'm clear. All right, enough making you all wait. Detective Comics 880, top 5 cover, I'll say, for Batman. Modern, silver, golden age, whatever. It's a top 5 for me. And there isn't a key event that really happens in this book. 880 was part of the Black Mirror run, which was another great storyline for Batman. And yeah, this just caught fire because when it released, I don't think anyone has ever seen a portrayal of Joker like this on a cover. There's just a lot going on, but it just hits you right in the face. The coloring, the contrast, and all the darkening, the black around Joker's eyes, those are bats flying, and it's a really unique cover. And I'm sure if you showed this picture, especially to a Batman fan, but if you showed it to a comic book fan, they would be familiar with it. It is a Jock cover, Scott Snyder story, and Jock does the interior art as well. And I picked this up at a 9.8. Overall, I'm really pleased with this copy. Just looking at everything. Yep. That is a very nice looking copy. I'll hold it here, maybe zoom in a little bit. And also one of my favorite back covers. Ryan Reynolds, Green Lantern. One of the greatest movies ever released from DC. It makes the book even better. All right, so now why don't we go ahead, pull up the Shortboxed mobile app. We're going to take a look at what the fair market value on the Detective Comics 880.98 is. All right, so I'm seeing 880. Fair market value is about $500. Now I'm curious to see what is a 9.6 valued at. Okay, so I'm seeing one here for $300. That's a moderate price. Let's take a look at some of the previous sales. eBay fixed price $250, fixed price back in fairly recent November 20th, $224. An auction went for $175, so around $200, $250. Fairly recent. So around $175 to $250. White pages on this 9.6. Man, I love that feature. That's so cool. You can even see more. You can go back I'm going back as far as April of 2022. You can see how the price is fluctuating. That's just a crazy awesome feature that Shortboxed rolled out. All right, guys, success. 2 9/8s, no cracks, no damage to the books, to my knowledge yet. I'll take a closer look at everything, but both of these books look really good. So, thank you guys for watching the video, but hold up, before you go, I want to let you know that I do have a store on Shortboxed. This book won't be on there. But I do have, I want to say upwards of 15 to 20 books that I've listed from my collection that I will be selling. And the reason I'm selling is, not because anything's wrong with them. They're all in phenomenal condition. But I've graded a lot of books over the years. And as a collector, sometimes I got to let go of some things to fund the hobby. And if you're thinking of buying any slabs, take a look at my store on the Shortboxed app. I would really appreciate it if, you support the channel through maybe buying a book from my store. Also, I want to provide you guys with a discount code as my thank you for watching this video. And I hope to see you back here. I hope you did have a good time taking a look at these 2 graded comics that I purchased on Shortboxed. And one more thing, not that it's necessarily going to matter to get you to buy a book, but if you do purchase a book from my store, I will be throwing in these new stickers I got. They're pretty sweet. They're like holographic. I don't know if you can really tell. But I also picked up some pins, and I'll be throwing these in. They're pretty cool. But I'll see you next time. Hopefully I'll have a new video out here shortly. But until then, peace.